Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember something. Your worth is not up for debate. It is not a topic for negotiation, nor is it a discount code waiting to be redeemed. You are a force, and forces don't justify their existence. In a world that constantly asks you to prove yourself, let me tell you something. Stop explaining, stop justifying why you charge what you do, why you demand what you deserve, and why you refuse to settle. The people who truly understand value never question the cost. You see, confidence is not arrogance, it is clarity. Clarity in knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, and why you are irreplaceable. When you carry that clarity, you stop apologizing for taking up space, for being ambitious, for wanting more. And let me tell you, wanting more does not make you greedy. It makes you driven. Every successful person you admire today was once doubted, underestimated, and asked, why do you think you deserve this? And you know what they did? They didn't waste time explaining. They proved their worth through their work. So don't water yourself down for people who don't recognize your value. Don't lower your standards for those who can't afford your greatness. The right people will see it, respect it, and match it. The rest? Let them go. You don't need to explain your cost. Just maintain your value, and one day, the same people who questioned it will wish they had believed in it sooner. Own your worth, stand tall, and never, ever explain your price. Your worth is non-negotiable. It is not up for discussion, debate, or discount. You are not a product on sale, nor are you a compromise waiting to happen. Too often we feel the need to justify our existence, our decisions, our prices, and even our dreams to people who do not understand or appreciate them. But let me tell you something, real value does not beg for validation. It stands firm, unmoved by opinions and unshaken by rejection. There will always be people who question you, who ask, why do you charge so much? Why do you think you deserve this? Why don't you settle for what's being offered? These questions do not define you. What defines you is how you respond. And the best response? You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your talent, your experience, your energy, and your dedication are enough. You are enough. Think about the most valuable things in life. The rarest diamonds, the most exquisite paintings, the highest levels of expertise. None of these come with a negotiation option. They do not seek approval. The right people understand their value and pay what they are worth without question. The same applies to you. You are not meant to be understood by everyone, and that is okay. The ones who recognize your worth will never ask you to justify it. People will try to bargain with you. They will ask for discounts on your talent, negotiate your standards, and attempt to fit you into their limited view of the world. And sometimes, in moments of doubt, you may feel tempted to lower your value just to be accepted, just to make things easier. Don't. The moment you compromise, you teach others how to undervalue you. If you allow people to question your worth, they will continue to do so. Stand your ground. Maintaining your value is not arrogance, it is self-respect. It is knowing the time, energy, and effort you have invested in becoming who you are today. It is acknowledging the struggles you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and the sleepless nights you've endured. Do not diminish yourself for the comfort of others. You were not made to fit in. You were made to stand out. You might face rejection, and that's okay. Rejection does not decrease your worth. If someone cannot afford what you bring to the table, whether in business, relationships, or life, it simply means they are not the right fit for you. Never chase approval, never plead for recognition, and never let desperation lead you to compromise. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments will find you when you hold firm in your value. The world respects those who respect themselves. When you walk into a room, do so with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth. Speak with authority, act with certainty, and carry yourself with the kind of energy that commands respect without demanding it. Let your success speak louder than explanations, and let your results silence the doubts of those who ever questioned you. Never apologize for knowing your worth. Never explain your cost to those who cannot afford it. And never ever let anyone convince you that you are anything less than extraordinary. Value is not determined by cost, yet society constantly tries to tie worth to numbers, salaries, fees, market prices, and financial transactions. But the truth is, value goes far beyond cost. It is not about how much something is priced at. It is about the impact, the significance, and the irreplaceable essence of what is being offered. Too often, people focus on cost because they do not understand value. They want to negotiate, they want discounts, they want to find the cheapest option. But those who truly recognize quality, expertise, and rarity never question the price. They do not ask why something is expensive, they ask why it is valuable. They understand that the best things in life do not come at a bargain. Excellence demands what it is worth, and those who see it never expect it to be cheap. You will meet people who question your worth based on their limited perception of cost. They will say, "Why do you charge so much?" or "Why is your time so expensive?" But they fail to see the years of effort, experience, and skill that have made you who you are. They do not account for the long nights, the sacrifices, and the failures that you turned into lessons. They do not see the expertise that took years to build, the confidence that came from overcoming obstacles, or the uniqueness that makes you irreplaceable. When people question cost, it is because they do not understand the value behind it. Think about the greatest masterpieces in the world, the most sought-after art, the most luxurious brands, the most exceptional talents. They are not accessible to everyone, and they do not try to be. The people who recognize their worth do not ask for justification. They do not demand explanations for why something is expensive. They know that value is defined by quality, rarity, and impact. If something can easily be replaced, it may have a cost, but it does not have true value. The same applies to you. You are not here to justify your price, your time, or your standards. You are not here to convince people why they should see your worth. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right situations will never ask for an explanation. They will see your value and respect it without hesitation. Those who cannot understand it are simply not meant to be part of your journey. Lowering your value to fit someone else's budget, whether financially, emotionally, or professionally, does not make you more accessible. It makes you undervalued. The moment you start explaining why you deserve what you ask for, you give people the power to decide whether or not you are worth it. And the truth is, no one but you should have that power. When you walk into a room, you should not carry the energy of someone trying to prove themselves. You should walk in as someone who knows exactly what they bring to the table. Confidence is not about arrogance. It is about certainty. Certainty in your abilities, your experience, and your uniqueness. You do not need to explain why you cost what you do, why you expect what you do, or why you refuse to settle. Your value is self-evident to those who matter. Those who understand value will never ask for a discount, and those who ask for a discount do not deserve access to your greatness. The choice is simple. Stand firm in your worth and let the world rise to meet you. Confidence is clarity. It is the ability to walk into any situation knowing exactly who you are, what you bring to the table, and why you belong there. It is not about arrogance or entitlement. It is about being sure of yourself even when others doubt you. Confidence is not loud, nor does it seek approval. It simply exists. It is the silent, unwavering belief in your own worth, your abilities, and your place in the world. The clearer you are about yourself, the less you need external validation. Most people struggle with confidence not because they lack skill or talent, but because they lack clarity. They are unsure of what makes them unique, uncertain about their direction, and hesitant about their decisions. This uncertainty breeds insecurity, and insecurity invites doubt. But when you are clear about your goals, your strengths, and your standards, there is no room for hesitation. You do not shrink permission to be who you are. You do not shrink yourself to fit into spaces that do not recognize your worth. Instead, you stand firm, knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Clarity allows you to make decisions without fear. It gives you the power to walk away from things that do not serve you, to say no without guilt, and to demand what you deserve without apology. When you are clear about your value, you do not waste time explaining yourself to people who do not understand you. You do not engage in endless justifications, trying to convince others why you are worthy. Those who see it will recognize it, and those who do not are simply not meant to be part of your journey. Confidence does not mean you will never have moments of doubt. It does not mean you will never question yourself or feel uncertain about the future. But what it does mean is that even in those moments, you trust yourself enough to keep going. You know that setbacks do not define you, failures do not break you, And rejection does not reduce your worth. The difference between people who succeed and those who hesitate is not talent alone. It is the clarity to believe in oneself despite the obstacles. People who lack clarity often seek external validation to feel confident. They wait for others to approve of their choices, to praise their work, to confirm that they are on the right path. But true confidence does not come from the outside, it comes from within. It is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the decisions you make when no one is guiding you, in the resilience you show when everything feels uncertain. Clarity means knowing that you are enough, without needing the world to tell you so. When you are clear about who you are, you become unstoppable. You stop over-explaining, over-apologizing, and overthinking. You no longer try to be everything for everyone because you know exactly what you offer and who you are meant to serve. You do not lower your standards to be accepted, and you do not compromise your dreams to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Confidence is clarity, and clarity is power. The moment you stop doubting yourself, the world has no choice but to believe in you too, not because you begged for recognition, but because your certainty demands it. Proving yourself is far more powerful than explaining yourself. In a world where people are quick to question, doubt, and challenge your worth, the best response is not endless justification, it is action. Explanations are words, but proof is undeniable. When you deliver results, when you show up consistently, when you succeed despite the doubts, you silence every question without saying a word. Too often, people feel the need to explain why they deserve an opportunity, why they charge a certain price, or why they have set high standards for themselves. They spend time crafting the perfect defense, hoping that if they explain well enough, others will understand their value. But the truth is, people who doubt you are not looking for an explanation. They are looking for a reason to dismiss you. And no matter how well you explain, some will never see your worth until you prove it through action. There is power in moving in silence. While others talk, you work. While others question, you deliver. While others wait for permission, you create opportunities for yourself. The most successful people in the world did not waste time explaining why they deserved success. They worked for it. They built something so undeniable that no one could ignore them. They let their results be the only explanation needed. Proving yourself is not about seeking approval. It is about removing any doubt through action. When you consistently show up, perform, and succeed, people stop asking why you deserve to be in the room. They stop questioning your value. They stop expecting an explanation because the proof is right in front of them. The best way to earn respect is to make it impossible for people to overlook you. Explanations can sometimes make you appear uncertain, as if you are trying to convince others of something you do not fully believe yourself. But proof leaves no room for debate. It is solid. It is undeniable. It does not ask for acceptance. It commands it. And when you operate from a place of proof rather than explanation, you carry a different kind of energy. You walk into rooms with quiet confidence. You no longer feel the need to over-justify your choices. You no longer shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You no longer worry about whether people get it, because they will see it for themselves soon enough. Those who demand explanations often do not truly respect you. They want you to validate yourself in ways that are unnecessary. But people who understand value never ask for justification. They recognize effort, talent, and resilience when they see it. They do not need you to explain your journey because they see the evidence of your work. They see the results, they see the growth, they see the impact, and that is all that matters. There will always be people who question you. Let them. Your job is not to explain yourself to everyone who doubts you. Your job is to keep moving, keep working, and keep proving them wrong through action. The moment you realize that explanations are unnecessary, you free yourself from the burden of trying to be understood. You step into a place of power where your work, your success, and your achievements speak for you. And when that happens, no explanation will ever be needed again. Setting high standards is not about being demanding or difficult. It is about knowing your worth and refusing to accept anything less than what aligns with your value. It is a declaration of self-respect, a commitment to excellence, and a refusal to settle for mediocrity. The standards you set for yourself determine the quality of your life, the opportunities you attract, and the people you allow into your space. When you raise the bar, you send a message, not just to others, but to yourself, that you are worthy of the best. People often lower their standards out of fear of missing out, fear of rejection, fear of being seen as too much. They accept less than what they deserve because they do not want to be labeled as difficult or unrealistic. But settling for less does not make you easier to deal with. It makes you easier to overlook. It teaches others that they can offer you the bare minimum and still have access to you. And once you allow that, it becomes a pattern that is hard to break. High standards are not just about what you expect from others. They are about what you expect from yourself. If you demand excellence from the world, you must first embody it. That means holding yourself accountable, committing to personal growth, and refusing to take shortcuts. It means staying disciplined even when no one is watching, pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, and never allowing laziness or complacency to dictate your path. When you consistently operate at a high level, you naturally attract people and opportunities that match that energy. Some will say your standards are too high, that you're being too picky, too ambitious, too demanding. Let them talk. The people who truly belong in your life, whether in business, friendships, or relationships, will rise to meet you. Those who cannot match your standards will either step up or step away. Either way, you win, because the last thing you want is to surround yourself with people who do not challenge you, respect you, or push you to become better. Setting high standards also means being comfortable with walking away. It means refusing to tolerate disrespect, mediocrity, or situations that do not serve your growth. It means understanding that loneliness is better than being in the wrong company, that waiting is better than rushing into something unworthy, and that quality is always better than quantity. Not everyone will appreciate this mindset, and that is perfectly fine. Your goal is not to be liked by everyone. It is to be respected by the right ones. When you set high standards, you inspire others to do the same. You become an example of what is possible when someone refuses to settle. You show people that it is okay to demand more, to expect greatness, and to not apologize for wanting the best. Your standards do not make you difficult, they make you different. And in a world where many are willing to compromise for acceptance, being different is your greatest strength. You are the one who decides what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you allow into your life. If you do not set the standard, someone else will set it for you, and it will likely be lower than you deserve. So choose wisely. Hold your ground, keep your standards high, and watch how everything around you rises to meet them. The right people will always respect you. You will never have to beg for their understanding, justify your worth, or explain why you deserve what you ask for. They will see it, they will recognize it, and they will honor it without hesitation. Respect is not something that needs to be demanded. It is something that naturally comes from those who truly understand value. Too often, people waste time trying to gain respect from those who were never meant to give it. They lower their standards, over-explain themselves, and tolerate treatment that does not align with their worth, all in the hope that someone will finally see their value. But the truth is, if someone cannot respect you as you are, nothing you do will change that. You do not need to shrink yourself or prove your worth to people who refuse to see it. The right people will never ask you to. Respect is not just about admiration, it is about acknowledgement. It is about being valued for who you are, what you bring to the table, and the principles you stand by. The right people will respect your time and not expect you to be available at their convenience. They will respect your boundaries and not try to manipulate you into compromising them. They will respect your decisions and not pressure you into choices that do not align with your goals. When people truly respect you, they do not make you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself. Some people will only respect you when they need something from you. They will act like your biggest supporters when it benefits them, but disappear when they no longer have use for you. That is not real respect, it is convenience. The right people, however, will respect you whether or not they need something from you. Their respect is based on who you are, not what they can get from you. It is steady, unchanging, and does not require you to constantly prove yourself. Real respect does not require explanation. It does not come from over-justifying your choices, proving your value through exhaustion, or bending over backward to please others. It comes from consistency, authenticity, and strength. When you know who you are and refuse to compromise on your values, the right people will naturally gravitate toward you. Those who do not respect you will either distance themselves or try to bring you down, but either way you win, because their absence makes room for better people to enter your life. The way you carry yourself teaches others how to treat you. If you allow disrespect, it will continue. If you tolerate inconsistency, it will persist. But when you hold firm in your boundaries, refuse to entertain those who do not value you, and surround yourself only with those who uplift and respect you, you create a life where you are honored for exactly who you are. Not everyone will respect you, and that is okay. The ones who do are the only ones who matter. You do not need to convince anyone of your worth. Stand tall, be clear in your expectations, and let the right people recognize and respect you for the value you bring. When you do, you will find that the people who truly deserve to be in your life will never question your worth. They will simply honor it.